واحد بس من حضراتكم. خلاص سؤال واحد بس. اتفضل 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 حضرتك. لا معلش يا ريت بس يبقى في نقطة نظام بعد إذنكم. هو دي مداخلة.
Order, please. This would be the last intervention during this session. Go on, sir. Peace be upon you, Muhammad Abu Noor, from Luxor Governorate. I would like to ask the Minister of Local Development about trespassing the land of the state. How would we overcome this problem? Because we do not know how can we deal with this problem. What does trespassing the land states have to do with establishing a clinic? I cannot find an ambulance station and cannot establish it because there are no state lands. What does this have to do with trespassing the state lands? There is trespassing on a lot of state lands. We allocate lands in the governorate, and the governor accepts this, and then a decision is made by the prime minister to allocate this piece of land. You mean that we need to establish the ambulance center on agricultural lands in a village? Yes, there is trespassing on the state lands, and we do not know how can we get these lands from them. Okay, you want to take this land to establish other things on it. The current law prevents leaving any trespassing on the state lands and state properties, and they should be removed immediately. But sometimes there are certain things that are difficult to be removed, because if something is built on it or someone resides on these lands, it's difficult. But by law, it should be removed. And I think now there is a law that is discussed in the parliament to solve this problem legally as soon as possible. The last question. Peace be upon you. Tariq Radwan, an investor in Sohag Governorate. My question is to the Parliament Speaker Ali Abdel Al. The prices every day increases by 150%. What is the role of the government and the Parliament in monitoring the prices? We are facing a lot of problems. Prices increase per day. Where is the role of the government, the Parliament? That's my question. And my question is to the Parliament Speaker, Ali Abdel Al. I would like to seize this opportunity to ask this question. Dr. Ali Abdel Al, would you please answer this question? Thank you. First, the role of the Parliament with respect to the prices. The role of the Parliament, as you know, is a legislative and monitoring role. It is the responsibility of the executive authority to monitor the markets and the prices. Why did the prices increase? I think that we all understand this, that we are at the time of economic reform. And during the times of economic reforms in all countries, countries pass through these difficulties. And this stage is not by coincidence, but it is the result of some resolutions that must be made. So it is like the bitter medication the patient should take. Would the prices keep high for a long time? No. I would like to reassure you that this won't happen. I think that the increasing prices was due to the increasing prices of the currency rate. And this is a temporary period that would take 6 months. Afterwards, the price would become stable, and the currency rate, especially the dollar, won't go on as is, but it would go back to normal. Why do prices increase? It is because of the greediness of the merchants and the traders. The kilo of orange is sold for 50 Egyptian pounds by the farmer, why it is sold in the market for 3 Egyptian pounds or 5 Egyptian pounds? I think that this is due to the greedy traders. You, the youth, have a very important role to play in monitoring such markets. So let's shoulder the responsibility all, as the president said. You have the capability to move, to work, to monitor the markets. The goods, according to the figures issued by the Ministry of Supply, shows that the goods into the markets are bigger than the consumption of the Egyptian state. So why would the merchants keep these goods? I think that this is because of the greediness of the traders and the merchants. It is not just the role of the executive authority, but it's as well the responsibility of the citizen. He needs to keep monitoring the prices in the markets, and he need also to refrain from buying these commodities and goods when the prices are high. I promise you that the prices wouldn't keep as such, but they are going to reduce remarkably during the coming days. Sorry, we have come to the end of this session. Thank you all. I need a final message from the young people who are here with us today. Munir Gamal, Member of Parliament, Nader, and Mohammed Ragai. The legal and legislative incentives that encourage the youth to participate in the political life are very strong. But during the coming weeks, along with issuing the law, there are suggestions made by the Parliament committees to allocate the seat of the deputy of each committee for a young person. So they would be responsible for presenting interpolations for the withdrawal of confidence by the local committees. So the local committees would have the opportunity then to withdraw confidence in the executive official. If you want to encourage participation, so the youth conference is a great opportunity to do this, and if we would adopt this model and would implement it in all the governorates, so that during the first month or the day of every month it would be held, for example, in Fayoum Governorate this time, where the minister would talk to the youth. This would be helpful if there are also simulation centers in primary and elementary schools for the new localities. According to the law and the constitution, so this might be very fruitful and will encourage participation. So if we would start by teaching political sciences in schools, what is the meaning of development, the parliament, the executive authority, the legislative authority? This would be very useful. Thank you. Member of Parliament Mohammed. I think that this is the beginning, especially seeing this enthusiasm on part of the participants. So I hope that we'd go on with the other conferences and go on building upon what we achieved. My last message to the youth: Egypt is now passing through a very difficult moment, and this is very normal in the history of any country to pass through such things. And I wish that you, the youth, and I promise you that I will be the first to be committed to this. We should never lose confidence in ourselves or in the future. I believe that we should have all positive feelings, and we should also expect that better future is waiting us, and we should never lose confidence in ourselves, and we should also not lose confidence in God that He would support us. If we, the youth, are not going to stand by Egypt, who would do this? Egypt deserves all of this and even more. Thank you very much. I would like to thank you all. And by this, we have come to the end of this session. I would like to thank all the participants, Dr. Ali Abdelal, the Parliament Speaker, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Dr. Ahmed Zaki Badr, the Minister of Local Development. I would like to thank all the young people who are here with us, Mohamed Raga Youssef, the graduate of the first group of PMP, and also
معاليك على المبادره اللي انت سيادتك عملتها معانا دي، واحنا امل ودي مش غريبه على معاليك. لا والله العظيم تمام، واحنا عارفين ان احنا مثقلين على سيادتك يا ريس، يعني
ولا اسقاط ولا حاجه خالص،
خارجيا وداخليا كتر خيرك.
والله هو
فباسم اهالي كيما خاصه واهالي اسوان عامه بنوجه الشكر لسيادتك على المبادره.
علي ربى وعلي علم، واللي كبر واللي عقل، واللي هاوي واللي فهم. وانت ماشي في مصر سلم، علي ربى وعلي علم، واللي كبر واللي